Okay, let's get to this. So yesterday, Leroy.
Hold on. Now, do I need to guide you into it, or are you going to go in it with a machine gun? Because you have a tendency to go at things and over. Because I can see it in your face. You're getting ready to go pretty hard. And I'm wondering, should I let you ease into it so the people understand where you're coming from? Because you're going to go full silly sauce before they understand why you're mad.
Robbie, hit the ID real quick because I need to. Let me clear out. Let me get a segment. Let me think this out.
This is WAXYAM South Miami and WSFS-FM HD2 Miramar, a radio.com sports station.
You have to have a level of reasonable in your no. Now, but then the message is going to get lost.
All right. Well, you know what? Well, I'm upset about comments where the message gets lost. I'm upset about that. Okay. And I'm also upset that a friend of mine who claims to be something is a charlatan and a fake.
Okay.
So I don't even know who I'm more mad at here. So I will play the sound first of what has caused this controversy, and then we'll dive into the other layers of it like an onion. Okay?
Okay.
So yesterday, like I said, we talked about this earlier on in the show.
They weren't even on the air, right?
No.
Okay.
This is Twitter chicanery.
This is like Friday. Zaslow getting hosed on his day off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
All right.
You don't tell anybody that you're off. I can't control when I'm going to go after you. But it didn't even start wanting to go after Zaslow. It started with Christopher Mad Dog Russo.
Hey, it's Hawk.
All right.
Hey, Hawk, what are you doing?
I think our drop out. How about win a few ball games? I think they got overridden by something else.
Hey, you know what? Do me a favor and tell Solana, why don't you watch where your numbers are going? Because this is the third time that he's already done that, where he's overridden our stuff. All right. I love the kid, and he's a funny, and he's got a great footing going on in radio. But could you show a little consideration, Solana, and not overwrite our drops? Because you've done that 3 times already with our work that we put in there. All right, thank you. Anyway,
you figure they should do it a little bit better since they got 8 people working there.
you would think with the 9 producers they've got, Solana, right, Dan Day, and Jen and Jay Fig. You would think with all of them, and they're all great. They're all going to have great careers in radio and all that type of stuff. However, there is radio common courtesy, and one of those courtesies is don't override my drops, please. How about win a few ball games? Anyway, so yesterday, Leroy.
Do you feel bad having to go at a man with a man bun that hard?
No, he cut it off. I don't feel bad at all.
Okay, got it.
So yesterday, like I was saying earlier in the show when I was going at Nick Friedel, that fake where the Bulls, blah. A lot of people are doing retro stuff on the decision, 10 years since the decision. Well, Christopher Mad Dog Russo is no different. He gave his input on why he hated the decision, and he took classic, been doing sports radio for 30 years. He did the classic take of Miami fans suck, Cleveland fans are the best. That's why I was mad at him. Here is old ancient Christopher Mad Dog Russo.
You know, he went to a city that puffed their chest out like it's a big sports town. Miami can't hold a candle to Cleveland as a sports town. That's a horrendous sports town. Everybody knows it. They were rats off a ship in Game 6 in 2013. That is one of the worst sports towns in America. That's saying something. And there are a lot of bad sports towns. Atlanta ain't great either. But that is an horrendous sports town. And the fact that LeBron left Cleveland, one of the great sports towns in his country, to go do that little pep rally in Miami the day after he signed, that sat wrong with a lot of people. That was as big an issue about the whole LeBron thing as, doing that dopey show. Was the fact that him, Wade, and Bosh talking about the amount of championships they're going to win, all that fake parade they did. That town stinks as a sports town. Awful. It's not a good sports town. Geez, I lived in Florida forever. None of those towns in Florida are good sports towns. They're college towns. None of them. I went to school there, worked there, many a show in Miami. That's not a good sports town. Cleveland is a good sports town. So that's what bothered me as much as anything else. Took the easy way out, and then he went to Miami thinking, and then the Miami fan making it sound like they're so excited. Oh, pipe down, please. One of the worst sports towns in the history of this country. Always has been. It always will be. Rats off a ship. Game 6.
Now,
Hey,
you
rats off a ship.
Rats
I like
off a
that.
ship.
Yeah,
First
I
of
like
all,
it.
I'm waiting for this, okay? I beg of you, somebody find me the picture of Ray Allen. Find me a picture of the shot where there's an empty seat in the building. All right? It was like 4 people. 4 people getting caught outside, and everybody has to wear like that's the entire building forever. Also, it's every building in the history of sports leaves when they think the game is over. Every one of them. Every one of them. But let's forget about that for a second, okay? Cleveland, a better sports town than Miami. All right. You've dealt with a lot of heartache. You've been around longer. You've lost more. And I say this with doing a show with a beloved Cleveland Brown, okay? Leroy Horde. Don't give me football because everybody's good at football. Miami, Cleveland, they're good they love their pro football. NFL, it's once a week. And if you look at the attendance numbers, they've both been fantastic. They've both been fine, whatever. Leroy, good sports town, right? Cleveland. So you're good at everything, right? You're beloved? Everything? Baseball? The Jake? People love going to the Jake?
Basketball.
Do you remember the last time? Do you remember when the Indians made the World Series in 2016? Right? Indians have been a good team for a while now. Do you know what they were in attendance that year?
Probably last.
28th. Going to the World Series. 28th. It's a Fugazi narrative.
Hey.
Fugazi.
Hey. I'm not going to let you do that.
No.
In Miami, hold on. In Miami, once it looked like they might go to the playoffs, then it would have started getting packed.
Here's the thing, though.
Yep.
I'll wear it that you say Miami's not a great sports town, but don't give me that Cleveland is a great sports town. They're not. They're as bandwagon as it gets, Leroy.
They're different.
As bandwagon as it gets.
It's just different.
Bandwagon as it gets, Leroy. Do you
It's
want to know?
different.
Okay,
it's different.
They're different. Oh, they're different. Okay. All right, they're different. Let's dial it on up here. Let's go and see what the Cleveland Cavaliers, because they're great sports fans, right? They stick through it, through and through. Okay. All right. Let's see what they were. Let's go to 2013. 2 years after LeBron left, have Kyrie Irving, one of the blossoming young stars in the league. They must have had good basketball attendance, right? Let's go see. All right. Not in the top 10. Not in the top 20. Oh, I found it. The Cleveland Cavaliers, who stick through it through thick and thin. 29th in basketball attendance.
Okay.
With Kyrie Irving, a blossoming young all-star.
But does that? Well, hold on.
No.
Does that? Well, hold on. Does that mean then you then have to look at when the Heat went 15 and what is it, 15 and 66?
I probably could, but those are probably bad ones to go because you're probably locked into to season tickets. But I'll go to last year. How about last year? You want to know what the Heat were? No stars. Dwayne Wade's final season. All right.
What was Dwayne Wade's final season? That don't count.
Oh,
Can't
it
use
doesn't.
last
Oh,
season.
that doesn't count?
No.
Okay. What do you want to go? 2018? You want to know what the Heat were in 2018?
Was that 31 and 31 team?
Do you want to know what they were?
I would say they probably were like 15.
Third. Three. Top 3 in attendance, Leroy. Want to know why? Because it's a good basketball town. And the team and the fans love their basketball. Did LeBron help with that? Certainly did. Do championships influence a generation of sports fans? Yes, they do. But I'm tired of hearing this narrative. Oh, Cleveland, great sports town. Miami, not. Dude, it's fine. You want to say that the end-all, be-all of sports fans is I go and watch teams that suck? I don't even agree with that narrative, Leroy. I don't. Because in my mind, You should hold your teams accountable. If they suck, I'm not going to go watch them. These Knicks fans act like it's some badge of honor that they go watch a bunch of losers. Like whether this terrible franchise. That's why your owner acts like a jerk, thinking he can do whatever he wants. What does it matter? Everybody comes to the Mecca. Well, that's why your team hasn't been able to recruit anybody, and you can just talk about Fantasyland left and right. All right, it's a stupid narrative to begin with that fans who don't want to support crappy products makes them bad fans. It doesn't. And Christopher Mad Dog Russo, who, look, respect to a legend. He's been doing it forever. He's a pioneer of sports radio, who also, by the way, fled Mike Francesa like a rat to Sirius XM. That, by the way, this isn't 1974, okay? It doesn't cost a box of Cracker Jacks to have season tickets to go see the San Francisco Giants, okay? Chris, it's not like that anymore. It costs a lot of money for families to lock down on season tickets. So excuse this city if they don't want to waste their time spending it on a owner, and I'm not talking about Jeter, but I'm talking about the Loria era. Didn't want to spend money on an owner who just kept spitting in their face, lying to them, giving him a ballpark, giving him all this stuff, and saying, "Oh, I'll pay for it because that makes me a good fan." No, it doesn't.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
Now. We came into this segment
Yeah.
with you saying how you were pissed off at Zaslow.
Oh.
Whoa. We've been going at this for 10 minutes. You ain't even mentioned Zaslow's name.
It needed to
tie it together.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Okay, thank you. Thank you for keeping me on track. This is why I'm mad at Zaslow. All right? He is a son of this city. All right? A guy who claims he's 305 till he dies. I've produced his radio show for years, okay? When people wanted to, who was there hearing your takes, Zaslow, all right, on Chris Volstad back in the day? Me, all right? Who was there listening to your takes, all right, on Olli Jokinen back in the day? Me. And so when Christopher Mad Dog Russo takes that stupid false narrative that you have hosed down left and right. If it was Windhorst saying this, you would have hosed him down. If it was Wilbon saying this, you would have hosed him down. If it was anybody else, Bill Simmons, name him, Leroy.
Yeah.
But the one thing is, Christopher Mad Dog Russo, that's Zaslow's radio idol. All right, you can probably hear it. If you listen to Christopher Matt, do you have the end? Can you play the end of that clip, Robbie? Can you play the end of his rant and tell me you don't hear a little Jonathan Zaslow in this? Because that this is the guy he worships, Leroy, looks up to in the radio landscape. Okay, not Jim Rome.
One of them. I went to school there, worked there. Many a show in Miami. That's not a good sports town. Cleveland is a good sports town. So that's what bothered me as much as anything else. Took the easy way out, and then he went to Miami thinking, and then the Miami fan making it sound like they're so excited. Oh, pipe down, please. One of the worst sports towns in the history of this country. Always has been. And always will be. Rats off a ship. Game 6.
It's Zaslow to a T. That's his influence. Hey, people get influences. Musicians get influences from other people. You know, people copy batting stances. Whatever. Zaslow wanted to get into radio. He copied Christopher Mad Dog Russo. Rats off a ship. That's what it was. So yesterday,
somebody says silly sauce splash zone. Leroy's in the first row.
So yesterday, this clip comes out, and Amber, she tags Zaslow and says, "Zaslow, this is your idol? This is your idol?"
So she called him out.
She called him out. Good tweet by Jethra. Had to be called out. And so Zaslow, he goes, on Twitter, "I don't get offended over the stuff like that. I know he's not talking about me." So my man Leo here, he's upset with Zaslow. Probably a Zaslow fan. All right? He goes, "Some fan you are. What is up with that 305 till I die talk? Represent. You have a voice. Talk. Defend Miami. You should be ashamed of yourself." And so Zaslow answers to the guy, "You mean lie, right?" He goes, Leo responds, "I'm a Heat fan, but I'm not even from Miami, and it bothered me. You say you're 305 till I die, but when it's time to show up, crickets." Unless you really think Cleveland is better than your hometown, you say nothing because you like the guy. I think Brendan Tobin agrees with me. So I didn't even know about this, but the guy tags me, he brings me into it.
Of course, everybody wants to be attached to the silly sauce sprinkler in these moments.
And he goes, "You're ridiculous. Claiming we're a great sports town doesn't make you a better fan. It makes you a dope." He's calling his listener, his fan, a dope, Leroy. Panthers attendance, Marlins attendance, Hurricanes attendance. You want to sit there and tell me, yell about being a great sports town? Crazy. Rats off a ship. He didn't say rats off a ship. So, Zaslow, let me just put this out there. A guy who claims he's 305 till he dies. A man who I sat in the foxhole with. I sat in the foxhole with Jonathan Zaslow when the entire world was coming after us. Big Three era. Skip Bayless. Stephen A. Smith. All right? Bill Simmons, all of them, Rick Bucher, all of these losers who are coming at us, crackpot Mark Boyle. I sat in the foxhole with you, Jonathan Zaslow, and all of a sudden, your idol, your Mr. Miyagi of radio, has some slander, and what do? Not a peep? A disgrace. A disgrace to the city, Leroy. That this man, a man who waltzes around town with 2 championship rings on his finger, all right?
Don't even get
2 championship rings on his finger that say Miami on them, all right? The Heat have blown the Cavaliers in attendance. They've blown them out of the water, Leroy. With LeBron, without LeBron, over the past decades, blown them out of the water. The Cleveland Indians, who actually have had a good baseball team, sitting down there in the bottom 5 of the league, right with the Marlins, who have been a team that hasn't made the playoffs in, what are we talking, 17 years. 17 years, 2 fire sales, 2 ballparks, lying to their ticket holders left and right, and he wants to compare the same. No. If the Marlins actually had a good team and you want to say, hey, still nobody's showing up, let's have a talk. But they've been a terrible franchise with an owner who's continually lied to them, finally sold off. Thankfully, maybe it'll actually get some groundswell to build something. But you want to go out there and you want to give Cleveland the crown? I've sat here, Leroy, and I've heard him make the arguments that I'm making about Cleveland being a fake good sports town. And he wants to sit there and bow to Russo? Who is this guy? Who is he? So I'd like to sit here and be upset with Christopher Mad Dog Russo with his fossilized take, which is straight out. And by the way, Russo, you know where I saw a lot of Marlins fans? When I saw Pudge Rodriguez and your San Francisco Giants. By the way, the second time they've done that. Only been to the playoffs twice, but have kicked the Giants' ass twice right out of the playoffs. All right? But Zaslow, you bend the knee to Russo? For shame. For shame. For shame. For shame. I'm disappointed. Leroy, I'm disappointed.
You're not mad. You're just.
Oh, no. I'm mad. I'm plenty mad. But I'm also disappointed.
So you believe that certain things that are said have to be defended regardless.
Regardless.
Right. And that's
especially
to call Miami a bad sports town.
I've heard him argue this exact take from countless members of people. Countless. Right. And he goes with, I know he's not talking about me. He's talking about his guy,
he's not going to argue.
His guy has the take. Right. And now where is he? Oh, he's telling the truth.
I don't want to put this out there, but there's another guy we used to do radio with that this reeks of.
You saying he's pulling a beast move?
He's just, whichever way the wind's blowing.
Disappointing. But it's, hey, go ahead. You fled us. You fled us, Zaslow. Rats off a ship. Look up to this. Texter writes in Russo and Amber next. They're not next. You get I don't know, McAfee or something like that. No, Texter writes in have to listen to Levitard next because of no local radio thanks to Zaslow. Is he local? Is he though? Is he local? Or is he a lapdog for Chris Mad Dog Russo? Ironic. The Mad Dog's lapdog. That's what he should be called. Mad Dog and lapdog. Rats off a ship. you're right. He's right. I can't say anything different. Ruff, 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 ruff. Whatever you say, Mad Dog, I'm Lapdog.
Which
Lots
is,
off a ship.
which
Game
is
6.
amazing that this is a guy that loves wrestling.
Yeah. If it was, if I tell you something, if anybody had a take about that wasn't his idol, Chris Mad Dog Russo, if it was anybody else, he'd go to bat for Miami. If it was wrestling, he'd go to bat for wrestling fans. But all of a sudden, it's Chris Mad Dog Russo, and he's like, oh, let me rub my tummy. Whatever you say, Mad Dog.
Hey, wait.
Good.
By the way,
Jonathan Lapdog Zaslow. That's what you are.
You defend
Yorkie.
Bob like that, regardless of the numbers.
Yeah, you're right. You want to know something, though? I'm a good fan. I'm a good fan and a good man.
Wait, I'm the guy.
That's
Wait a
my
minute.
guy.
Wait a
That's
minute.
my guy.
Here, Robbie, get it ready. We're going to send these people out on Wednesday with a nice little box in. Let me explain something to you.
I swear to God, if you mention the words Ryan Tannehill, I'm a
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You are the guy that says, I call it like I see it. And I ask you, do you think fans would appreciate, players would appreciate cheering over booing, that would turn it around, right? And you know what you say to me all the time? No, it's motivation.
It is.
It's motivation when I boo. Why haven't you booed Bob? He has sucked. We need him to turn it around.
I don't feel like it's all his fault. I feel like there's a lot of people around him that aren't going his way.
Dude, do you understand the amount of goals he has given up? The only reason why he ain't breaking the record is because the season is cut short.
Well, wait till he wins this Islanders series. It's Bob time.
Wait, are you serious?
Wait till he does it.
Are you still going to say this? Has he been good once?
He has been good once.
How many games have they played?
They played a lot of games.
Right. So one time. You know what? For the next month, I'm going to have one good show. See how long we're on the air. Maybe I've only had one good show, and nobody's just sharing that with me. I'm trying my best.
All right. Well, Lapdog isn't up next. So I don't know. Go listen to Christopher Mad Dog Russo or something like that. Mad Dog and Lapdog. Rats off a ship. You got a good point. You're not talking about me. Whatever, man. Thanks for showing up for us. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Rats off a ship. Game 6.